Welcome to the Know, I'm Mica. Eyes up, Guardians! We knew that once the PC beta of Destiny 2 launched, it was only a matter of time before it was data-mined, and, well, that's already happened. We're not going to actually talk details about what's being leaked from the data mine because Eddy knows I'd kill him if he spoiled something, but it includes everything from future game modes to the appearances of characters previously only mentioned in lore, and worse yet, massive story spoilers. Many of these are coming via sound files so far, and we can only expect those to ramp up as players unearth more. In addition to that, Kotaku is reporting that they've been informed about the game's DLC plans. According to their sources, the first DLC will launch in December, and it'll be titled Curse of Osiris. If you know anything about Destiny lore, you'll know that Osiris is a pretty important figure, and much of the DLC story will revolve around him. All that to say, just be warned that Destiny 2 spoilers are now in play with just under a week to go before launch, so stay vigilant, block things if you need to. Nintendo held a showcase yesterday dedicated to upcoming indie games, giving Switch owners a small glimpse at all kinds of titles that they'll be playing through the end of the year and beyond. That includes titles coming in 2017 like Earth Atlantis, Polybridge, Sausage Sports Club, SteamWorld Dig 2, and Golf Story. They also showed off indies in 2018, including Kentucky Route Zero, TV Edition, Shovel Knight, King of Cards, and Next Up Hero. We also got some cool announcements, like the reveal that the Super Meat Boy sequel, Super Meat Boy Forever, which will debut first on the Switch, plus the continuation of the No More Heroes franchise in the Nintendo Switch exclusive Travis Strikes Again. Both of those titles are due out next year. One notable absence in the showcase was none other than Stardew Valley. We're sorry, Ashley, but Chucklefish tweeted this week that it's been submitted to Nintendo for testing, so soon? Maybe. Publisher Devolver Digital has had plenty of success with the smaller titles in the past thanks to games like Hotline Miami and Strafe, but it looks like Absolver is their biggest launch yet, according to CEO Fork Parker. The martial arts RPG has helped the company reach new heights, which are around 30,000 concurrent players across PC and PS4, which would probably explain some of the server issues surrounding the game since it went live. As for the critical reception, Absolver is currently holding at a 78 on Metacritic, with reviewers generally agreeing that it has some really great ideas executed well, particularly when it comes to combat. However, they also agree it could be a bit of a grind and sometimes frustrating. If you were confused by everyone suddenly talking about dabbing on social media this week in the video game sphere, then you wouldn't be the only one. You can blame Nintendo and Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Following some ridiculous shots of Luigi dabbing in the game's launch trailer, one Twitter user asked the ESRB to please ban dabbing from video games. The ESRB responded to that request with, "We don't ban things. That said, we're in the process of developing disclosure materials for #dabbing. We are hip." That kicked over the hornet's nest, and now everyone from Mega Man to even the official Nintendo of America account is getting in on the fun, tweeting out the most absurd pictures of their characters dabbing. Bethesda rattled PC gamers' cages this week with the launch of the Creation Club beta, which is essentially paid mods by a different name, and now those cages are getting rattled even more. Because apparently, Creation Club is breaking previously working free mods. According to users on Reddit, Creation Club reprioritizes the load order of mods alphabetically, which, if you've done any modding or editing of game files, is actually a problem, as certain mods need to be loaded before others in order to ensure that things work properly. Others are reporting that in addition to that, their paid mods don't seem to be working nicely with any free mods at all. This doesn't seem to be something Bethesda did on purpose, hopefully a simple patch will fix it, but it certainly doesn't look good after the community's already been unhappy with Creation Club in general, and highlights the really muddy waters of charging people money for mods. It looks like the newly released Everybody's Golf is getting some pretty respectable reviews from the critics. The PlayStation 4 game currently has a 79 on both Metacritic and OpenCritic, which indicates that the reviews are generally favorable. The 12th game in the franchise released this week, and Attack of the Fanboy called it a solid series entry despite minor issues in the graphics and online server departments. Meanwhile, We Got This Covered said the game retains the fantastic fun and gameplay found in earlier versions, but the hours of grinding required to unlock the full experience won't be for everyone. They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, so PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds must be feeling so good about itself these days. We've been reporting that other developers are working on Battle Royale modes of their own, and sure enough, the new Smuggler's Run update to GTA Online adds a new mode that sounds quite a bit like Battlegrounds. The new adversary mode, called Motor Wars, is described by Rockstar as a battle for survival, where players gather weapons and fight inside a shrinking kill box. Boy, does that sound familiar? Like we said, we knew this was coming given the huge popularity of PUBG, but it'll be interesting to see if other games can duplicate Battleground's success. Would you be interested in an all-female version of Lord of the Flies? Well, apparently it's a thing, according to Deadline. The screenwriter/director teams Scott McGee and David Siegel will write and direct a new adaptation of the classic novel. McGee said they're interested in the project because the novel is aggressively suspenseful and taking the opportunity to tell it in a way that hasn't been told before, with girls rather than boys, shifting things in a way that might help people see the story anew. But, you know, I thought we already had a female Lord of the Flies. It's called Mean Girls. We've seen hackers break into just about everything, but a pacemaker? What? Yes, nearly 500,000 of them are being recalled by the FDA in the US after it was discovered that they could be hacked, which means that hackers could literally control your heartbeat. So the manufacturer is releasing a firmware update for about 465,000 pacemakers. So yeah, that's terrifying. Talk about a good target for ransomware. Just give us $200 or your heart stops beating. It sounds like a freaking Black Mirror episode or something. My goodness. In honor of Street Fighter's 30th anniversary, Capcom is releasing a working Street Fighter 2 cartridge for the SNES. The 30th anniversary cart costs $100 and only a few thousand are being made. It's cool, right? There's only one problem. Apparently the game could just, you know, make your SNES burst into flames. Yes, there is a warning on the product page that advises you that the cartridge may cause the SNES console to overheat or catch fire. Their advice for this issue: when you're playing, make sure that there's a fire extinguisher nearby. Or, you know, maybe just go to a used game store and buy an original cartridge of the game that doesn't come with its own yoga flame. Okay, well, that's all the news we have for you today. For more news from every corner of the internet, and apparently that one over there that's gonna be on fire soon, remember to like this video, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the know. And just when you thought the mean was over, was it Shadow? It was Shadow or Sonic. He just came in, I can't believe I did that. Oh my god. Can I fire myself? Because apparently Creation Club is previously previously working